Shit, we're losing the.
Well, it's my lighting. I don't know if it's because it's a solar or what. What did we
No,
lose?
it's fine.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. You were fading out a little bit. We'll it'll work. I'm confident it'll work.
Okay. Okay.
So let me just.
I don't have a great signal.
No, you're all right. We're gonna be fine. We operate in the new Earth frequency, so it's not about signal. We're gonna make our own signal. Let me see if it's on yet. Yeah, it is on. Okay. I'm gonna use my phone here so I can see comments on my page, because we're not using Restream, so we can't see anything on YouTube or anything.
Okay.
So what do we got here? We got another minute or so before people. We already got 20 people in the house on this one.
Soul family.
Yeah, and I'm seeing some of the. So okay, let me just give a little backdrop to this because it's important. So Shannon has been one of those. Okay. Can you hear me all right? You hear me all right?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So Shannon has been one of those who has, I don't even know, man. I think like one of those that's always shows up, at Soulogy and other parts of the, community, I'm sure, but she's always been there. Right. And, like way back, like I'm talking like way back. And, I think maybe since 2015 or something.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Yeah. I mean, like one of the early ones. And I remember the people's names.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. So what ends up happening is I go to Sedona for for the Soulogy Fest, and I got there like, I don't know, 10 days early. And so, oh shit, it says Judith Kuzel. God damn it. I messed up the I have to go change this now. Let me just change it. But anyway, so I get to Sedona, and then my friends were having God, I can't believe I messed that up. They were having this gathering of musicians, remember? And
yes.
So I just changed it on my page so that the name is right now. But anyway, I'll change the other ones while we're talking. So I ended up going to this function, and they said, we're just going to rename it the I Am Soul gathering, and you can open it up. And then so I'm there, and then you walked in the door, and I'm like, oh my God, and it was like one of those moments. There was a lot of those moments at Soulogy Fest, but that was like the first one. So I came in. Now I didn't know who you were yet, but I looked at you and I said, who are you? Right. And you're like, I'm Shannon. I'm like, oh my God. So it was like this soul family recognition moment. And then you're like, I go, you're going to go to Soulogy Fest. You're like, yeah, that's why I came. So you've been living in a house on wheels with your little child, your puppy, your beautiful puppy. And so, you've got like a lot to
absolutely.
But we were talking, and I'm like, no, you got to come on the show.
Yes.
And you're like, no,
yeah,
I'm not coming on the show. And then you send me this note, and you're like, hey, I'm ready. Like so many of them are now, and so here we are, and I'm really excited about it. So thanks for coming on. Yeah, thanks for coming on. And thanks for always being so supportive. And I don't think people really understand, at least from my perspective, the fabric of what we do on this platform is held together by people like you. They don't really want any attention. They don't want any, they don't get involved in it. It's not a social circle, although there's a social aspect to Soulogy, don't get me wrong, but they're there because of the kindredness of the frequency within themselves and what they're a part of and what they are. Because I guess what I'm trying to say is we would not have this platform if it wasn't for people like you. That's just the truth. So I just want to say thanks again, and thanks for coming on. And so you want to tell your story, which is
brother.
The big, the big plunge that people take when they come on, and you're like, I'm ready now. So we're all ears, you know, we're all ears. Where do you want to start?
Well, I definitely have a story. I have no idea. I definitely have a story, but I mean, where do you start? I mean, seriously, it's just been a wild ride.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you are what got me to Sedona. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Just keep on going. We'll make it. We'll make
Can
it.
you hear me okay? Todd?
Yes. Yes. Just keep. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where to start.
Well, wherever you want to.
I got all sorts of signs, synchronicities, confirmations, one after another. Okay, we've got a major delay, huh?
I know. It's okay. You're okay.
Okay.
You're good.
So, yeah, I bought my van in September of 2020, and I knew I wanted to go to Sedona, and I was following, I was deep into it then because I've pretty much just been by myself for years. And so, I kept connecting with my soul family through just watching your shows. And so I kept getting confirmation after confirmation to go to Sedona. And so I just started planning after I bought my van. Finished it out, and me and my dog just hit the road and went, and it was awesome. I don't know what else to say, or I guess I just wanted to show up and see what happened. I really don't have any kind of form or reason to my story. It's just a story. It's in
Yeah.
here. We just
I
have
hear
to
you.
get it out.
I hear you. So what about like the traditional stuff? Like, did you have a wake up experience? Did you have like family members telling you were crazy and all that good stuff?
They just had no idea how to take me.
Uh-huh.
I just became, I've always been like a social butterfly, and all of a sudden I was just real reclusive and within myself, and yeah, lots of different trippy things happened. Before I bought my van, I was taking care of an elderly couple, and I got laid off, and I had about a month there before I needed to move or anything. So I spent a lot of time just hanging out in my hammock, and I had a few like really profound experiences where birds would come and visit me, and I would get like weird different messages. I mean, yeah, I thought it was crazy as hell for a while.
When did this happen?
I still have moments.
No, we're hearing you fine.
I don't
There's
feel like we're
just a lag.
connecting.
You're fine.
Todd, what's going on?
No, we're connecting.
That was in March of, okay. That was in March of 2020. And before I bought my van. So when I got laid off, that's when I was like, I'd always wanted to travel and go out west. And so when I bought my van, or when I got laid off, I was like, if not now, when? So that's when I started making plans. I'd already kind of put my fillers out there for this particular van, and they didn't want to sell at the time. And so I have a way, even with thrift store shopping, where I'll just set an intention and I'll go out and it'll be there. So I set the intention for the van, and then when the pandemic hit, then they were willing to sell.
Really?
So yeah, I bought the van in September and redid it. It had solar and, everything I needed. And so I moved into it at that point, and parked it at my son's house mostly until I got used to it. And then started planning for Sedona. And then, you didn't have Soulogy Fest lined up then, but
Right.
I knew I wanted to go Sedona. So you announced the Soulogy Fest, was like, well, there you go. It's on.
Wow. So did you have anything happen?
And I don't know. What else? What else you want to know?
There's a bit of a lag, so I'm not trying to interrupt you. So did you have any?
You're responding like way after I quit talking.
Yeah, that's what happens. Did you have any paranormal or weird stuff happen while you were in Sedona, be it at Soulogy Fest or not?
Well, the whole thing, I just felt like a deer in headlights the whole time I was there, because beforehand I'd spent so much time by myself. But the more profound paranormal kind of things happened more when I was in the apartment before I moved into the van, where I had blue people come on my TV. I had a bird that came to me that was like Trump, which there was a lot of
What? Say it again.
all the political stuff was going on then with Trump. This was like right when the pandemic hit. And what about the bird that came to me as Trump?
Yeah.
So I was in my hammock and in a real meditative state, and I was having several visions, I guess. I don't know. But there was a lot of polarity in the politics and everything at the time. And I was getting really triggered by everything. And so, yeah, Trump came to me as a bird, but it was like he was an old friend of mine and had a really funny joke, and we were just like cracking up laughing. And he explained that 2/3 of the planet was awake, and he and I were going to wake up the other third. And we were like, and he was like, he was like, we're going to trigger the other third of the planet. And yeah, that was crazy.
So this was in
that was kind of
this was in 2020
out there. For sure.
Was this in 2020?
And then I had blue people come on my TV. Oh, but that with Trump is what helped me to 0 point all the triggering that I was having in the politics, because my head would just spin about it. But then once that happened, then it was like, oh, cool. I wasn't. Yes. Yep. Around March, April, May of 2020.
Interesting. And what about these
then I had blue people come on my TV, and it was like, one of them was an ex-boyfriend that I had a lot of conflict with. He was blue and playing a sax. Okay. And he was an ex-boyfriend. He was playing the saxophone. And then there was a couple of people from India that I'd met online. I actually had met them online, and they were blue, and they were playing drums, and they were dressed as pinions, or no, not pinions. What are they? Minions, like that, you know,
Yeah.
cause trouble and trigger you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were playing drums. And then it went to an Indian woman, and she was singing, and she was like, I felt like she was teaching me how to take the energy up and then bring the energy back down. It was really bizarre.
So I know there's a
So
lag.
yeah, I really thought that I was crazy. And then
Okay.
after that is when I moved in my van, and
Yeah.
it just kept getting weirder and weirder. I mean, birds led me all the way to Sedona.
Wow. So I know there's a lag, so my voice is coming really late, but so these blue people showed up on your TV. Was the TV on, or how did that go?
Yeah, I was probably watching something on HGTV, and then it just switched to this scene, and I really had no idea what was happening, but it seemed really real. I mean, I had microdosed a little bit during that time because I was really depressed because I was like, you know, just not happy in my job. And so, but no, I don't think I was at the time. I think
Yeah.
it just happened. I don't know.
Well, I mean, I believe you. I mean, this is what's happening.
Thank you. I know you do.
I'm just, well, okay. So let me ask you this, because I just went up to the mountain. My friends live at the top of a mountain, and they've been there a few months, and I hadn't been able to go see them, and so I spent the night over there. And there was, I want to say, the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different dogs that were there. I was talking to Morgan about it today because she's house sitting in Australia and pet sitting for a dog. And I know you can relate to this. There's a reason I'm bringing it up. So we were talking about, she was talking about how something really changed yesterday, or at least came into her awareness after 2 or 3 days of ramping up. And that was the communication level with the dog that she's caretaking. I noticed last night at my friend's place that all the dogs were like talking to me. And I wasn't telling anybody, but they were remarking, why are all the animals hanging around you, you know? And then they had this really, because they live on a mountain, and then they had this really badass feminine goddess cat. They're like, with these 5 dogs running around, I told them, I said, this cat runs everything. She's the boss. And they're like, you're right. So there was all this information coming in. There was also a parrot. We were sitting around a table playing a game. It was a great game. I can't remember the name of it. Everybody probably knows it. But and I looked behind me, and there was this parrot that I hadn't seen. And they were saying like, oh, the parrot, you know, you got to kind of approach her this way. And I knew immediately that I didn't need to. I said, this is a female parrot. What's her name? We start talking. But anyway, my point is, we both kind of surmised that, like everything else in our journey, all the aspects are changing. And we both feel like that something really happened with this period. You know, Judith Kuzel was on yesterday. She talked about it a lot. There's been other people talking about this. And one of the things we feel that seems to come out of it was this high level, you know, clear communication with the animal kingdom. Like, you know, I was telling her, these weren't dogs I was looking at. They were like people. You know, they all had their own personality. Everything was like up front. It was really strange to be involved in it. It was actually very cool. But are you noticing anything like that? You know, with birds, with animals, are you seeing any type of trend or change? I know you're connected to your travel partner there, but I mean, are you seeing it picking up, or is it staying the same, or what?
Well, I'm kind of in a weird place right now because, like I said, I've been by myself, except for with my son, for a couple of years. And now I'm here with my family because I've been on a long healing journey. Like ever since I bought my van, I've been deep in healing. But my dog's I've always felt like connected to my dog. And I haven't noticed anything recently, but I've been with my family since like Halloween. So for a couple of months. So I'm not as connected to the elements right now because I'm healing a lot within myself with my family right now, and have been for a couple of months. So I'm chomping at the bit to get in the woods by myself, though. But those things that happened before with the uh-oh, uh-oh, is it just me? Oh, I don't know what's going on. Where's Todd? What do I do? I don't know if I should keep talking or what. um Hopefully he'll come back. I don't know what I should do. I would play some music and entertain y'all, but I guess I'll just wait. I don't know if anybody's out there. I'm going to end it and go back, come back.